All right, here we go. Johnny Somali by Tomdark. Let's see what the fuck happened, but I'm pretty sure it's bad with how much of a piece of shit he is.
To Reading Rainbow. I'm your host, White LeVar Burton, and today I have a special assignment for all of you viewers at home. Today, I ask you all to open your mind and use that bright, beautiful big noggin to access the world of imagination.
I don't know if you want me to do that, because sometimes I have, like, all the wrinkles just get ironed out. I have smooth brains sometimes.
Power of imagination, you can transport yourselves into whatever you want, wherever you want. Let's give it a try. I want you guys to close your eyes and imagine you're a worker at McDonald's or Subway or wherever. Just imagine the wagey life. Imagine you work tirelessly Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., working that cute little ass off to pay your rent in a rundown studio apartment you own downtown, dealing with meth and crack addicts ordering McChickens, and having to fluoride stare for 8 hours a day, all while that incessant beeping noise rings throughout the entire building.
Not gonna lie, this sounds like the day in the life of me when I was working at a gas station.
It's not the best job, but it pays the bills for now, and it puts food on the table for you so you can watch YouTube while you eat. Now, I want you to imagine doing that for years on end until one day, this fine gentleman walks into your store with a camera and starts nonstop screeching and pestering you with the obvious explicit intent of getting a reaction, all while screaming, "Chat, is this a W or L? McDonald's Kaisenat Burger? L..."
Hey, yo, nah, I'd be fucking pissed. I work McDonald's. I feel bad for you. I know that you have a different job than most people who work at McDonald's, but still, I still feel bad for you. Especially if you have to deal with somebody like that.
Oh, Riz. Bro, what the frick? Chat, is this real? Chat, are we really at McDonald's right now? Chat, is this real? Chat, is this real?
Chat, did you notice the fucking Chad Roblox chicken nugget plush in his chair? Because I did! The Giga Chad Roblox face on a chicken nugget.
What would you do? Would you snap? Would you freaking go Mike Tyson mode? Well, my dear viewers, you can open your eyes now and imagine no longer, because it looks like the people of South Korea actually lived out this hypothetical fantasy, and they acted upon it in real life, and we now know exactly what happens.
What do you got? Oh! Yo.
Meet Ramzi Khalid Ismail, or as the streets know him, Johnny Somali. He's a 24-year-old kick streamer wanting to make a big splash in the IRL streaming community. He takes a lot of inspiration from Ice Poseidon, despite Ice himself calling him out for ruining live streaming and being gay.
Johnny Somali, literally the main reason why streaming in Japan is so difficult now, it's just gay. Like, f you, Johnny Somali.
Despite having Somali in his username, a lot of people speculate that he's not actually Somalian and instead intentionally uses that name to disparage actual Somalians. There are several posts and comments of other people saying this, but there's...
Oh. He wanted to make the country look worse. He's not even fucking Somalian. He's Ethiopian. What the fuck? Hey, yo, free food during my shift, so it's goated. Fair enough. Wow.
There's no concrete proof. Like, we can't forcibly make him take a DNA test, although the South Korean government probably could do anything they want to him right now. Regardless, I'm just going to take people's word on this one because it's funny. And frankly, I wouldn't put it past Johnny to do something like that, seeing how his entire content is making other random normal people's lives completely miserable.
Everything. I don't give a high as volume. How you doing, my? Oh, black. Whoa. Yo, hey. Whoa. What's up?
You see, Johnny actually got his start on YouTube where he was pretty innocent. He just wandered around countries he traveled to, did the pretty generic tourist stuff. But unsurprisingly, this content didn't get many views, and because of recent events, his channel's been deleted, so it's kind of hard to figure out what he was doing before his kick era. But it looks like just regular slop with clickbait titles. What's funny though is that even back then, Johnny Somali's like to dislike ratio was completely in the negative for some reason. Even back in the early stages of social media, before he would be an international menace, people just clicked on his streams and went, yeah, f this guy. I don't really know why, but this guy. Perhaps he's always had an annoying demeanor, who knows?
Maybe he's always been a piece of shit. And that's like $20 a day saved. I'll take it. Fuck yeah, let's go.
Either way, Johnny was clearly not happy with the lack of views and most likely the lack of money he was making, so he decided he needed to up his game. He needed to level up, if you will, for all the gamers in the audience. Gaming on my computer phone. He took inspiration from Ice Poseidon and then quickly joined Kick to be able to do more provocative things that would have been banned otherwise on YouTube. Kick is an interesting platform that I actually just made a video about.
There's a lot of really shitty people on Kick, and I have a Kick. I've never fucking used it. because I can't trust it. You know, I like when it started out, it seemed fucking great. It seemed fucking fantastic. And I've watched Internet City stream on Kick. Don't get me wrong, but the people who use Kick, most of them are really, really horrendous people.
So I would highly recommend you all check it out because I made it and it gives me money and I want to get more rich. If you don't know what Kick is, it's basically a sewer where all the banned streamers go to make completely unmoderated, insane content. And as a result, it's a perfect place for someone like Johnny Somali with big dreams of being extremely annoying.
I hope those women follow you, homie. I hope they follow you, dog. 'Cause I got kids, homeboy. I got kids.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Why the fuck? Why the fuck would you be okay with this? Okay. Wasn't FouseyTube on Kick as well? And they had to ban him because he was like self-unalive threatening all the time?
No.
Johnny was already accustomed to traveling at this point, and clearly he has enough money to go wherever he wants, most likely due to his upbringing as an upper middle class suburb kid from Arizona. And having been freed from the shackles of normal website terms of service, he set his sight on the country of Japan like a conqueror. This country will be his to dominate and, more importantly, annoy people on the subway. So watch out, Japan. Now, Johnny's first stream in Japan would include him being slightly rude at restaurants and saying he was going to go full Ice Poseidon mode now that he was on Kick. When a few people in chat were rightfully like, dude, they do stuff differently here. Make sure to be respectful of the culture.
Yeah, you have to respect the culture. Why do you think Logan Paul got so fucked up? Like, you can't just go around disrespecting people's cultures. It's a kick in the peanuts. Do Fousey recap after this. Alright, bet. But nah, like, oh my god. You can't just disrespect other cultures like that. This is why Japan doesn't like tourists. Even though tourists make up most of the country's income, like, Japan hates tourists because of people like this.
Johnny responded by saying, nah, man, I want to make Americans look bad, gang. Gang shit.
I hope you studied their culture before going. I'm tired of foreigners giving a bad image. I'm trying to give us a bad image. I'm not here to give you a good image, bro. I'm not a role model. I'm not your role model, bro.
You already know what's going on. A whole lot of gang shit.
Wicked. We're gonna be getting some gang shit.
Despite his scorched earth attitude, you can still see that most people there are trying to be nice to him and show him some hospitality despite how annoying he's being. And he would see all of that hospitality, all of that kindness, and return it in the only way he knew how, screaming in public transit. And this first clip here is what really got Johnny popular in the first place. It shows him talking to a random Japanese man about Hiroshima and Nagasaki for no real reason other than trying to get some kind of reaction out of him because obviously, you know, we dropped some big.
Yeah, Japan is still recovering from that.
Some big dookies out of planes there a little while ago.
Hiroshima, Nagasaki, you know why we do to you? Hiroshima, Nagasaki, we destroy it.
All the while, of course, he gives his signature, Wallahi. Wallahi, brother.
Wallahi, Hiroshima, Nagasaki, you know Hiroshima, Nagasaki.
Oh my god. I literally already hate this dude. I've never seen any of his videos, but I already hate this dude.
We're gonna do it again. What?
Like, bro, this guy's just trying to go home or go to work or whatever. What are you doing? This is why Japanese people are racist, okay? Like, this is it. Full stop. Johnny Somali is responsible for all Japanese anti-black racism. It feels like Japanese and Asian countries in general are like a little bit more racist than Southern dudes in America, okay? People from the South, they love them, okay? In Japan, no sir. Like, there are articles every day being published saying like, oh, Japan's so racist. And then you just have Johnny Somali there trying to make it worse. It reminds me of this one 4chan green text where there's like some black professor or teacher that flew to Japan to teach some kids there for his job, and they gave him this crazy drawing of him, and it's like, holy shit. Some of these dudes don't play around. Even the kids go crazy mode. Anyways, after a little bit, another American guy that actually speaks English confronts Johnny for being insufferable on the train and tells him off. And Johnny then responds by saying that he's Korean, so he's got to sit down because the Korean War?
You're from America?
Yes.
So am I.
You're from America?
Yeah, you're being obnoxious.
You know what we do to you?
What do you do?
We will do again.
Do what?
Hiroshima, Nagasaki.
You understand?
Do you think I'm Japanese?
Where are you from?
I'm from America.
Johnny also said he was making money from this, which is definitely not true because this is like his first stream in Japan. Like maybe he made enough money to buy some ramen, but to try flexing on some random dude on a bus that you're making money from this as if he cares when you are clearly a brokey is crazy, okay?
Like, even other Americans see these guys just wanted a quiet day and it's ruined. Yes, exactly. Even the Americans that are visiting Japan think he's fucking obnoxious and insufferable. Like, what? How the fuck do you get this stupid? This fucking stupid. Oh my god.
And once again, I hate poor people. Now, this clip went semi-viral on Twitter and a few other platforms, and almost everyone who saw it would call Johnny Somali annoying. They were like, hey, you little douche nozzle, stop that.
Douche nozzles like yourself.
And his reaction to this slight uptick in popularity, as well as the backlash, was to basically cope by saying, the haters are going crazy, bro. It's the haters. I love the haters. They fuel me. They're why I'm here. I love the haters. The haters only make me stronger. As well as promising that there would be a lot more content to come, which he very well delivered on.
More haters is more views is more money. But you know what I say? I say the more haters is the more eyes watching, the more eyes watching is the more money, you know what I mean? Thank you for the publicity. I love all my haters, every single one of my haters. Thank you so much for watching, you know what I mean? I love every single one of my haters. Every single one of my haters. Every single one of my haters. I love every single one of you.
Now, Johnny would continue getting into minor spats with Japanese civilians as well as the police. The amount of times this would happen is honestly too many to go into specific detail, but for reference, Johnny had started getting such a bad reputation in the Japanese community that a group of Japanese streamers actually went into the house he was staying at and confronted him about all the annoying shit he had been terrorizing people with. And when confronted, Johnny would say that, well, it's because chat told me to do it. It's chat's fault. Like, does he have free will? Is he a fucking...
I think he just wants to deflect on the chat. No ads for me. I got subbed. There we go. Yeah. Well, these are YouTube ads, so I mean... But I don't know if anybody's got an ad break going on. I'm sorry if you do. I haven't fully figured it out yet, but Yoshi's going to be helping me. He's asleep right now because Australian time. But he'll be helping me out.
Robot. He absolutely refused to apologize for anything he had done and just blamed it on everyone else somehow.
Take this seriously. Say you're sorry.
I don't have no problem with Japan.
Okay. Yeah, but say you're sorry.
Sorry for what incident? The train?
Sorry for all the incidents.
Ice Poseidon made me do it. You need to blame him. I have autism. You know autism? You know mental illness? I have mental illness. But they don't, in America, we don't make...
Don't you fucking say I have autism. This is not autistic behavior. This is you genuinely being a fucking asshole.
It doesn't matter about America.
We don't make comedians about
It doesn't make... You're not a comedian.
I think
No, you're not.
The Japanese streamers also brought an English translator, so the message they were giving him was clear. And even though Johnny didn't apologize, the translator kind of made it seem like he did, so the group eventually left him alone. But this message that the Japanese people tried to send Johnny ended up having the opposite effect, as his streams would increase in viewership after the confrontation, and as a result, he didn't care at all.
It's free promo. It's free promo, man.
Now, Johnny Salami over here would not stop harassing random Japanese people, and this continued infamy would keep getting worse and worse until one group of Japanese people finally fucking snapped and beat him up on a live stream.
All you have to say is stop.
Now, some may say this is 100% deserved and should have happened sooner. I'm not saying that, but some may say that. And
I'm one of those people.
you know what? Everyone's entitled to an opinion in this free country of America. God bless. You're telling me Johnny Somali got beat up in Japan after being annoying? Well, that's horrible. I'm just hearing this for the first time. That's horrible. He was a great guy. And Johnny getting beat up will be a reoccurring motif in his story as we delve a little bit deeper. So if you don't like it, get comfortable with it at least. By now, Johnny had like 5 stars in GTA in terms of reputation. Everyone knew that he was the one annoying guy from America that harasses random people in the street, and several people started calling for his arrest. Unfortunately for them, Johnny Johnny hadn't done anything illegal yet. Sadly, it's not illegal to be a live streamer, you can't just kill them, but the wish of the samurai would soon be fulfilled because Johnny was not done in Japan. You would think that after getting beat up and left on the street like some kind of cartoon villain and being universally hated that he would maybe like take a hint and just like vominos before things got worse. But I honestly don't think that thought crossed his mind even once. More people than ever were watching him, even though the majority of them just hated him and wanted to see him get beat up again or arrested. But as he put it, publicity is good no matter what. So he had to keep the stream going. And this led him to have the brilliant idea of walking into an active construction zone. No real reason why, he just felt like it. I mean, obviously the reason was trying to get more views, but like construction zones aren't exactly like a cool place. It's literally just a building with like machinery. Johnny has like a 5-year-old's mentality when it comes to doing stuff. He just does it. Oh my God, a place I'm not supposed to be? I need to be there right now.
Listen, I'm just a cameraman right here. I'm just a cameraman. I don't know what the is going on right now. Oh my God, Chad, what the did I get myself into?
Now, the construction workers would obviously kick him out and be like, what the are you doing? Get out of here. And that seemed to be the end of it until a month later when he would get ambushed on the street by the Japanese police.
Guys, I'm Black Monkey Luffy. Japanese movie. Wait, why are you taking a photo of me? Why did you think so emotional? I'm not emotional, Daijoubu. I'm okay. Okay. I don't want to empty my bag into there. Why?
Now, along with comparing him,
you're fucking under arrest. That's why. He should try. That Rengoku hair is fire. They hit him for the rest of us. He should try fighting Mike Tyson next. I don't even want to talk about that fight. That was rigged. That was rigged. Mike could have. Jake was so wide open. Like, you could have smacked him through the screen in GTA. But, nah, it was rigged. I don't even want to talk about Mike right now.
Himself to Luffy from One Piece, Johnny actually did get arrested for the construction plant stuff he had pulled a month prior, and he had to spend 23 days in jail. To which, after he got released, he would get locked up again for some bullshit he decided to do in a restaurant. And as if that wasn't enough, like you'd think at this point, he'd be like, okay, I'm done, I'm gonna go back to the States, or if I'm gonna stay in Japan, I'm gonna be at least a little bit more respectful, like maybe I'll be loud on the subway, but I'm not gonna be annoying. He got locked up a third time for loudly blasting music in public, and then it looked like he could maybe actually go away for a while. Even his cameraman was talking about how scared shitless they all were, while having a very interesting stain on his pants.
Keep this a secret between me and y'all, but a couple times, like, I would wake up and I would check my underwear, and it would be, like, bro, it was just...
I have to censor that.
It was just gooey. Gooey, crusty. Like, I didn't know what to do.
After some hemming and hawing even, and a little bit of coping and seething and dilating and maulding, Johnny would somehow escape jail time, but he was found guilty and forced to pay a fine of $1,400. Now, this fee seemed pretty low to people, and the reason why it was so low is because Johnny admitted on stream to lying to the Japanese government about how he didn't make any money from streaming, and he was just a little poor boy making little documentaries.
Bro, you know, in the court, in front of the judge, in front of 300 people, the prosecutor asked me, you earn money from advertisers in your videos online, right? I said, no.
Wow.
Now, even though he had been let off relatively easily, the Japanese government was still like, yeah, you have to leave the country. We hate you. Do not come back, please. Yeah. But I think it's obvious at this point that he had zero plans of actually changing his behavior. So he set his sights on a new country to terrorize and be annoying in, being
South
Israel.
Korea.
Not only that, but he would soon be going on the world-renowned, world-acclaimed, everyone is clapping right now for it, Johnny Somali World Tour. No one
wants to see that. No one wants to see it. Hey, yo, I know. I had to censor it. I'm gonna have to censor it in post.
Would be safe from this menace, okay? And to be honest, I think Johnny has done so much shit that I think this calls for another Turkey Tom Johnny Somali lightning round. Ladies and gentlemen, let's find out today just how annoying Johnny can be in the Holy Land. He starts his trip by harassing Arabs and Jews, and unlike Japan, the people in Tel Aviv don't seem to have much patience, so they just immediately beat the fuck out of him. And as a result, he would get banned on Kick for a week. But immediately after he got unbanned, he went right to streaming to the Western Wall in Jerusalem, where he filmed himself attaching pictures of Harvey Weinstein, Aiden Ross, and Jeffrey Epstein to the wall, proclaiming that Harvey...
What the fuck?
Weinstein was one of the top Jews and making insulting remarks towards Aiden Ross. So as a result, he was arrested and received a 50-day ban from Jerusalem. This did not deter our hero though, oh no. After his friend paid his bail, just 2 days later, Johnny would get detained at a protest in Tel Aviv for sexually harassing a female police officer, which, by the way, he was absolutely doing. And finally, after walking into the wrong neighborhood and getting recognized, Johnny would get jumped, beaten, and robbed in the center of Israel. And ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our segment of the Turkey Tom Johnny Somali being annoying.
Well, that's what you fucking get. I don't... You guys know my stance on supporting Palestine. Obviously, I have a charity, but at this was deserved. This was very much deserved right here.
As in public lightning round, be sure to use code Tom at gamersubs.gg for 10% off your order right now. Do it. I need it. After somehow managing to get vilified and beat up multiple times in 2 separate countries over the course of like 2 months, he decided to test his luck once again in an Asian-dominated area, being South Korea. It worked great last time, so surely this time would go even greater. Now, before even going, he said that he would slap a BTS K-pop group member in a now-deleted tweet, and after landing there, he wasted no time and immediately got to work. The first big thing he did was kiss the Comfort Women statue, which sparked massive outrage. For those who don't know, Comfort Women were women and girls forced into sexual slavery by the Imperial Japanese Armed Forces in occupied countries and territories before and during World War II. During the live stream, he claimed, "Japan hates these things. I love Korea, and everything that I did in Japan was for Korea and Chinese people." This is the equivalent of like mocking a George Floyd statue in Minneapolis. Like, people there do not f around with this stuff, okay? In South Korea, you do not want to be caught dead or alive doing this, or you might end up dead. Now, the statue incident, along with several other things like playing North Korean music on a bus, as well as just being a general dickhead to the Korean people, led to them snapping and issuing 3 separate beatings on him. 3. That is a record even for him. Did he think this would go well? These Korean guys do not mess around. They immediately...
Like, South Korea is normally super chill towards American foreigners, but the moment you fuck up, they're going to make sure you know about it. They're going to make sure you feel it for the rest of your life.
It had enough of Johnny terrorizing their country. Have you ever heard of like the roof Koreans or something? Like, come on, dude. Most of these clips I can't show, but the beatings became so regular that hunting him down in public became like a sport for South Koreans. It actually got so bad that the South Korean police had to take him into protective custody to prevent further attacks from irate locals who just hated him. Now, at first, Johnny would maintain his very cocky personality, so he made several videos taunting the locals and just like encouraging them and being like, "Oh, you can't get me, the police are protecting me."
I'm not scared. Even Gino said the same thing. If you want to run up, run up. I'm live. If I wasn't scared, I wouldn't be live. I broadcast my live location every day, every night, bro. I don't care. Come get me. Come get me!
But after a while, I think these beatings kind of put the fear of God into him, and he finally tried apologizing for the statue incident. But obviously, literally everyone didn't believe it was a real apology. And because of all the commotion he'd been causing, the police were looking for any reason to arrest him at this point, and he 100% gave it to them by making a giant scene in a grocery store. So South Korea then issued a travel ban on him, and he now has a full stack of charges against him. South Korea's issued a travel ban on influencer and kick streamer Johnny Somali to prevent him from leaving the country as he faces multiple felony charges, including disturbing the peace, assault, trespassing, and drug abuse. One of the top charges he could face literally an additional 7 years for is bragging about deep faking an AI Korean girlfriend. I'm not even joking. According to Reuters, a bill that passed on September 26, 2024 makes it so those who possess sexually explicit deepfakes of other individuals may be hit with up to 7 years of jail time and a fine of around 22,000 USD. And just a few days ago, the South Korean government said that they will be indicting him and he will have to go to trial and potentially face prison time. This is no joke either. Before, when he was arrested, I was like, all right, whatever, probably nothing will happen. He'll get out and come back and terrorize people in the States. But now the South Korean government is so pissed that even news outlets like NBC are covering this story and talking about how annoying he is because of how serious the charges are. It's unknown what will exactly happen to him at this point in time, but seeing how South Korea's conviction rate is 85% for people who are charged, I think it's a fair assumption that he's basically fucked. Johnny Somali...
He deserves it. He deserves it. He's a piece of shit, bro.
Somali's Honestly, a perfect representation of the IP2, Kick, IRL, Jack Doherty, retard type crowd. Like, people have always talked about how bad social media is when it comes to influencing and encouraging insufferable public stunts. And I think this recent IP2 IRL streaming phenomenon with all these people has unfortunately grown in popularity quite a bit. When I first heard about Johnny Somali, I literally thought he was the same dude who was walking into random homes in England. But it turns out, no, that was Mizzy, a different guy who's just as annoying as him. Not racist, by the way, okay? I don't see color. But I do think that this is indicative.
Oh my god. Okay, Tom. I know that was a joke, but poor taste, bro.
Of where we are at when it comes to this shit. Jack Doherty, Johnny Somali, Neon, FouseyTube, like the list just goes on and on. There are very, very few exceptions to where this man on the street stuff is funny. I can only think of a few people who do it really well, like I guess Eric Andre and Filthy Frank, they do it pretty funny. But even then, that's wildly different content than someone like Johnny Somali or Jack Doherty. Like, the joke in Eric Andre is almost always on the person being an idiot, right? It's almost always on the person who's being filmed, being in the content, being annoying. It's not on the people they're talking to and harassing. When Eric Andre pours Fruit Loops all over himself on a New York subway, the joke is that he is an idiot, and yeah, like, he is freaking everyone out, but it's not really targeting someone to ruin their day, and it's not that much of a nuisance. With someone like Johnny Somali, more times than not, the entire joke is just about him poking someone with an electrical stick and yelling the same 3 offensive things to get some kind of reaction out of them. Like, there's no real punchline. This re-emerging trend of harassing random normal people in public is probably one of, if not the most cancerous type of content you can be uploading online right now, and I think South Korea's response is exactly what we should be doing to everyone who does this type of shit. As a Korean, he's not leaving Korea. I don't care where he's from. I'm not as patriotic or nationalistic as my other Korean counterparts, but what he did to the Comfort Woman statue had my blood boiling. So imagine what all the other Koreans felt. Those who served in the military, those who were raised know the history, those whose grandparents were affected by the occupation, which is pretty much all Koreans. As a famous documentary once said, the United States missed you. Japan gave you away. Israel lost you. We are going to fry him. So, that sucks for him. Bye.
Yep. Well, maybe he shouldn't be a piece of shit. You know? Send him to prison. I'm liking this train. He goes somewhere and he gets beat up. Yeah. Send him to prison. Send him to prison. Anyway, that's where we're gonna leave this video, YouTube. Let me know what you think. Like it if you like it, dislike it if you dislike it. What are your thoughts? Do you think it's deserved? You know? I think it's deserved. But, you know, that's just me. Anyway, I'll catch y'all YouTube in the next one. Peace.